Hey VC, Ed here from New Haven, Connecticut. Hope everybody is doing well. Wanted to put a video out there and share some vinyl pickups and finds that I grabbed at my local record shops over the past month, which would be the month of September. And lately I've been sticking to a mantra of $10 or less. So $10 or less when I'm out there has really led me towards some genres and some sections of the record shop that I might have bypassed before, and it's led to some really cool finds. So I'm going to share some of that stuff with you today. So all of this, once again, is $10 or less, save for one LP, which was a recommendation from a fellow VCer out there. So we'll get to that also. So with that, let's start. I've been back into a lot of 12 inches again. I've sort of like been enjoying that format again. So got a 12 inch of Paul Young, Love of the Common People and Come Back and Stay. I have tons of Paul Young. Great photos right here. This is a promo copy, by the way. Pretty much made for DJs, more instrumental than vocal, but man, they're both such great tracks. And I love Paul Young's. This is fantastic stuff. Love of the Common People and Come Back and Stay. Next 12 inch I picked up was Eurythmics, Sex Crime, 1984 soundtrack. So the first side is nearly 8 minutes of sex crime. That's a lot of sex crime. So I gravitate right towards the B side, which is an edited track with another track off of the soundtrack as well, called I Did It Just the Same. So pretty good. I love the Eurythmics. I hadn't had this before. It's a music of theirs I don't listen to that much. It's pretty rare for me, the 1984 soundtrack. So pretty cool to get this 12 inch. And the last 12 inch I got, which brought back a lot of memories for me, is London Beat, I'll Be Thinking About You from 1991. 1991, I was 25, my first apartment, living in downtown New Haven, and having a great time, meeting lots of people and having a blast. So this has 6 remixes on it, so none of these are the original mix, which is a shame, which is what I wanted, I guess. But all these remixes are for the club and different variations of it, but still pretty cool. A lot of sentimental value with this track of London Beat, and I've been thinking about you. And off to some LPs on the 80s side of the house, I picked up King and Bittersweet, $3, their second LP. This is, I think, a British press. It's a little bit different. A very cool inner sleeve with all the lyrics. They only had 2 LPs, which I was surprised. They have Steps in Time, and this actually is it's a little bombastic, but it definitely is, 80s, synth rock, synth pop. Pretty good. Been playing this around the house when I'm in the home office around the corner a few times. Not bad. $3. Good to have. I'll hang on to it. It's a great photo of them, by the way. So King with Bittersweet from 1985. This I was very excited to get, and I couldn't believe I got it for under $10. Only $8, by the way. Lloyd Cole and the Commotions and Rattlesnakes. I've been on the lookout this for quite some time. This is the US Geffen release. Absolutely fantastic. A lot of people have written to me about this LP because I picked up their third LP a while back, which is pretty good. I really enjoyed that. And other than Perfect Skin and Are You Ready to Be Heartbroken, I was unfamiliar with the rest of the tracks on here. And yeah, this is absolutely fantastic, as everybody has said. So it's pretty rare for me to get an album these days and play it every day for weeks on end, and that's what I've been doing with this LP. So this has really, really been great to get this record. So Lloyd Cole and the Commotions with Rattlesnakes, certainly with the praise, absolutely fantastic. Little 80s synth pop. I'm a big fan of Marianne Faithfull right here, and this is Dangerous Acquaintances from 1981. This was the follow-up to Broken English, which was a real groundbreaker for her in many ways. And this kind of gets a bit of a shrift rather, I should say. A bit of a letdown. I guess the critics thought it was a bit pedantic, and it's pretty standard, synth pop of the day, very poppy. But it's a grower. I think it's pretty good, and I've been playing this quite a bit as well. The opening track, Sweetheart, I really like. Tenderness is good. There's a track on here with Steve Winwood, For Beauty's Sake. So it's not bad. It could be a bit samey when you listen to it for the first time. It's a beautiful photo of her, by the way. But after a couple listens, the songs really jump out at you. And I've been enjoying this as well. So once again, Marianne Faithfull, been able to pick up, on the cheap also with Dangerous Acquaintances from 1981. Another artist I've been getting into and exploring more and more, synth pop also here, but a bit more challenging, Jane Seabury with The Speckless Sky from 1985. Canadian artist. This is actually it's really good, but once again, it requires some listening and to catch the melodies and have it kind of catch you and hold you in. So it's good. I like it. I like the fact that I listen to her and I never really know what I'm going to get when I listen to her stuff. But this, is synth pop is an easy categorization of it. There's a lot of great melodies and catchy stuff in here. Map of the World Part 2 is really good. The Empty City, Vladimir. So, you know, there's a lyric booklet in here with the poster as well. So having the lyrics helps you understand this a bit more and embrace it a bit more. But really good. Jane Seenberry from Canada with The Speckless Sky. This next LP was the one that was recommended to me by a fellow VCer, Craig, over at Craig's Vinyl Plethora, a ways back when he responded to my female Spotlight artist thread. He might have been the first one. He brought out this band, and I was unfamiliar with them, and we had a dialogue back and forth, and he recommended that I pick it up, and I must say he was spot on, and I've thanked him for it as well, also in messaging, and that is The Secret Sisters and You Don't Own Me Anymore from 2017. I don't buy a lot of brand new stuff anymore, but he said to me, he's like, Ed, I think you'll really, really like this. And Craig, you were spot on. This is a really, really beautiful record to listen to. Brandi Carlile production is here. This came out, like I said, in 2017. And this is something I've sat at the end of the day and listened to a number of times since I picked it up from my local record shop. I had them order it for me. It's really, really beautiful. There's a lovely lyric booklet inside with the lyrics also. I should probably get that out and show you. And this is really, really great. Tennessee River Runs Low, Carry Me, To All the Girls Who Cry, the title track, Flee as a Bird, that's what it's called, Flee as a Bird. A really, really beautiful record. So Craig, thank you very much for recommending this to me, and I've been listening to it a lot, so thank you again. And yeah, so I said I'd show it. So here is the sleeve of The Secret Sisters right here, the inner of the booklet that comes with the LP. Here's some photos, family photos here on the back. And on the inside here is a set of lyrics with all the song credits and et cetera, et cetera. So once again, Craig, thank you very much for this. Really, really enjoying The Secret Sisters and enjoying this record. I'll be on the lookout for the others as well. Staying in that country vein, I actually picked this up, which really surprising, which is great. This is I'm Jessie Coulter from 1975. I don't think it's her debut LP, maybe her second, but this really is her first LP in a lot of people's minds. This has the big crossover hit, I'm Not Lisa. What a beautiful photo right there, Jessie Coulter right there. Married to Waylon Jennings at the time. He's on this record, co-produces it. And I have to tell you, I was really surprised by this. It is, how can I describe it? It's funky country. It's, if that's a new genre, maybe I made that up. It's really got a lot of fun, funky grooves on this record. The opening track, Is There Any Way You'd Stay Forever? I actually thought I put on a Delaney and Bonnie LP by mistake. It's got a great groove, really funky, really soulful. That's probably a better way to say it. Really, really soulful. More surprising than I thought I'd be picking up on that. It's a great record. Just plays shy under 30 minutes, and every track is a winner. And every song was written by Jessie Coulter. So if you're not familiar with her, or you just know I'm Not Lisa, you'd be surprised by picking this up. This is a really, really good record. So I'm going to look out for more of her stuff as well. And once again, well under $10. So very, very affordable. Excellent stuff right here. Fantastic. I've been jonesing for some Suzi Quatro, Susie, and Other Four-Letter Words from 1978, I think, right? 1979, right? So most of these songs are self-penned. Chin and Chapman are on here as well doing the production. She's got her usual band. You know, good old Suzi rock and roll, guitar, bass, drums, can't beat it. It writes itself in a way, and it's just a great, fun rock and roll record. So I'm picking up some more Suzi Quatro as I see it out there. Fantastic stuff. Susie and Other Four-Letter Words. Good old Nancy Wilson, been enjoying her again as well, courtesy of Mike from MGK Boston. He got me back on the Nancy Wilson train. I hadn't listened to her in a long, long time. This is from 1964. Typical Nancy Wilson stuff, covers some Barbra Streisand. Everybody was covering her at that time. People, all that stuff. But she also has a great version of Quiet Nights of Quiet Stars, which ends off on side 2, which is a beautiful version. A nice mono pressing on the Capitol Rainbow label. So Nancy Wilson right here with How Glad I Am. Really, really good stuff. Next up, this was pretty much kind of sort of a blind buy. I knew the band and I kind of knew what to expect. And it was actually pretty good, better than I thought. This is this band called Coliseum, and the LP is called For Those About to Die, Salute You from 1969 on the Dunhill label. So I was sort of familiar with Coliseum. I knew there were some jazz, prog rock, jazz fusion band. That's what I had, I thought I'd be listening to. And yeah, I was kind of spot on. This is actually considered like a landmark record of that genre. This is their first LP, I believe, from what I looked up on Wikipedia. And if I had to describe somebody I was listening to, if I was in an elevator, like the 15-second elevator ride, I'd say, yeah, it's Vanilla Fudge and Iron Butterfly meets John Coltrane and Art Blakey. That's what you're listening to right here. Pretty cool gatefold. with a lot of history of how the band met, and the track listing is in here. So yeah, Coliseum, Those Who Are About to Die, salute you. A couple of songs have lyrics. Most is free-form jazz fusion instrumentals, but it really holds up, and it's pretty good stuff. I actually played this a few times and like it more than I thought. All right, we're coming up on the finish line here. So next up is another recommendation that came my way courtesy of JT over at JT's Record Room, and that is Country Casanova by Commander Cody and his Lost Planet Airmen. So the last vinyl finds I did, I showed some Commander Cody and some Dan Hicks I picked up. JT's a big fan, so he recommended this to me. And yeah, we chatted about this when I got it. I got it very affordably as well. So an excellent record, your typical Commander Cody record of originals with some covers, all done in their style of, you know, bluegrass and rockabilly and mountain music, and just really, really great stuff. A fun listen. So thanks JT for this recommendation. So glad I was able to add this to the collection. I've been playing this quite a bit as well. Next up, I got the Electric Flag and A Long Time Coming. I've seen this out there forever. $3 I got this for, and here's a picture of the band on the back. This is Mike Bloomfield's band, right? So there's a photo of everybody right there. You got Buddy Miles in there. There's a lot of known names on this record. Richie Havens is on this record. Paul Beaver plays the Moog synthesizer. Herbie Rich is the baritone saxophone player. So this is more jazzy than bluesy. I thought it would be the other way around. And the one track that I knew on here is Groovin' Is Easy, right? Which was the opening track of David Johansen's Mansion of Fun satellite radio show. That's how I got to know that track. So this is pretty good. Played it a couple of times. Like I said, a little bit more jazzy than bluesy. And who is it? Nick Grabinita is the vocalist on that track. Groovin' Is Easy just passed away recently. So not bad if you can get it on the cheap. This is a 2i Columbia press. The deep groove actually plays pretty well. Good stuff right here. Speaking of David Johansen, I also picked up recently, here we go, his live LP, Live It Up from 1982. Fantastic. This is how I love my David Johansen. We've got the Animals medley up here to kick the LP off. We do some other covers as well. We cover the Foundations, Build Me Up Buttercup. But we've got some originals, Melody, Funky Buck Cheek. Some Dolls tracks are on here too. This is a great live kick-in rock and roll record right here. The way I love David Johansen, just in this element from the 80s, man. Just a great performer, really can work an audience. So David Johansen, Live It Up. Fantastic. And lastly, as always, if I've got some King, I got to end with the King. And Elvis right here. This is the commemorative issue, the Top 10 Hits, which came out in 1987. So in 1987, 10 years after Elvis's death, RCA finally started to put out some classy compilations, I would say, for lack of a better word, of treating Elvis, you know, a little bit better with the catalog. And it still comes with the original 10th anniversary insert right here, which gave you, of course, the #1 hits, the top 10 hits, and the Sun Sessions as well, with the various catalog releases, which is very cool. Here's the inner sleeve that came with it, standard black RCA label, but once again, a lot more care in the packaging of Elvis reissues right around this time, which was great. And yeah, it is what it says. It's all his top 10 hits, all the way from Heartbreak Hotel to Burnin' Love, with their release date and chart position and weeks on the chart. So once again, no home should be without the King. I have tons of Elvis Presley and have no problem getting any more. So there you go, Elvis Presley with the top 10 hits. That's it. That's all I wanted to show. Hope you folks enjoyed that. I appreciate all the comments, the likes. Feel free to subscribe as well. I'm enjoying, I welcome the new subscribers. Some folks have joined my channel recently. I appreciate that. And once again, like I say, with everything going on out there today, when I sign off, and there's a lot going on out there today, let's all take a moment when we can to step back and be kind to one another. Thanks, folks. Until next time.